everyone, my name is Byeeeeee and welcome to my YouTube channel. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about a more serious subject, something that has been dividing humans for centuries: religion. Also, sorry if my camera frame moves, and for the fan noise, I tried to turn it off, but here we are. Religion is an organized system of religious attitudes, beliefs, and practices, commitment or devotion of a god or gods, service and worship to a god or gods, or to the supernatural. For me, I grew up in what is lovingly known as the Bible Belt, so my family is mostly Christian. There is quite a variety of Christian religions where I grew up though, and I got to experience a little bit of all of them. I have close family that are Pentecostal, and there are various denominations that live around here. When I was younger, I went to church once a week, and I truly believed and loved all the stories from the Bible, especially those about Jesus. As I got older though, probably like around 12 to 14, I started noticing the hypocrisy of the church, and especially the people who were in charge profiting from it. I mean, that isn't to say there aren't good churches that can do their job, you know? My Meemaw took me to a really awesome church when I was younger that had a great sense of community and taught with love instead of fear. But you know and I know that that is not how a majority of Christian churches function nowadays. Anyways, I saw through the front that was Christianity and I stopped going to church altogether. But I still held on to my Christian beliefs. Around the age of like 16 to 18, I got really interested in astrology and astronomy. Then I started taking a bunch of art history classes in college and started deep diving religions across the globe. I especially love religions that are more focused on spirituality. Spirituality is of or relating to supernatural. Spirituality is of or relating to supernatural beings or phenomena or of religious values. Started to learn about values completely opposite to the ones I grew up in. And it was so interesting to me the unique ways religion was implemented across Earth's histories. I've spent so much time exploring, researching, just constantly Googling things about spirits and religion. As for my current beliefs, it's something that's kind of hard for me to explain. That's why I wanted to make this video, to be sort of a reference to my thoughts about religion, because it's complicated. And also to let you know the beliefs and views that I am coming from. I also want to make it very clear in this video that everything and anything I say is my opinion.
That's my opinion!
And to take it with a grain of salt. I am just one person with one background, and I definitely do not speak for all religious peoples. I also have huge love and respect for all religions and find them so fascinating. So just know I'm coming at this from a place of reverence. I also did my best to research these topics, but let me know about your religion in the comments, because nothing is better than the actual lived experience. So let's talk about religion and why it is so confusing to me. Listen, religion is something that has baffled me for years. It's insane to me how crazy it can make some people act, and also how it can be used as a weapon. It's something we use to explain the unexplainable, to understand the supernatural. Especially early humans who had no way of knowing the causes for fires, tornadoes, droughts, eclipses. Many early religions are founded in this need to explain these natural phenomena. I'm saying that word a lot. Religion is such an impactful part of human history, with countless wars and deaths occurring in the name of it. It's so crazy to me, man. I don't know. The fact that just because somebody believes something differently than what you believe, it can upset a person so much. It's just like, why do you even care? Butt out.
Chastity!
Throughout my years of studying different religions from all over the world, there's a pretty obvious pattern to me. Many religions are, well, the same. They have the same moral values, same story, similar iconography, but also just all so different from each other somehow. Despite all our uniqueness, we are all still all the same.
Don't you know we're all the same?
So like, why the hell are we killing each other because I believe in one God and you believe in a bunch of gods? I know the real reason is because of the greed and power of those in charge, but it really baffles me when like a normal person can just hate somebody else because they have different beliefs. We all have a unique perspective that nobody else will ever be able to understand because nobody else will ever be able to be inside your head. Of course, we're going to interpret things differently, see things differently, create communities differently.
Eventually.
My point is this: despite the fact that we all have different perspectives, we all came up with such similar stories and beliefs that I can't help but think all religions stem from a single source. And our unique interpretations of that source created the differences in religion and diversity in humans, and this fact should be celebrated, not persecuted. To help make my point, because honestly this is something I've tried to explain so many times throughout the years and I always fail to. To help make my point, I wanted to compare and contrast different religions to show the connections I've made. And we're gonna start with my own religion, or at least the one I grew up in. Christianity. By definition, Christianity is an Abrahamic monotheistic religion based on the life, teaching, and resurrection of Jesus Christ. Jesus was a pretty cool guy, okay? It drives me crazy that modern Christians have completely twisted his words to be the exact opposite of what he was preaching. Jesus taught about heaven, radical love, and spiritual transformation. He was a rebel and a superhero. Well, he could perform miracles. He also died for our sins, literally and metaphorically, so that we could be granted forgiveness by our all-powerful God and join him in heaven. So that's Christianity. Now I want to talk about a religion that's different but has a lot of strange similarities to Christianity: Buddhism. Buddhism is a religion that focuses on personal spiritual development and the attainment of deep insight into the true nature of life, aiming to liberate individuals from suffering and the cycle of rebirth. I want to say recycle. Aiming to liberate individuals from suffering and the cycle of rebirth. Buddhism was created by
Siddhartha Gautama.
over 2,500 years ago. He was a wanderer who cut his royal ties. His teachings led to a religion that focuses on nirvana, wisdom, and compassion. Buddhism introduced the idea of enlightenment, or the ability to transcend to a higher plane of living and escape the reincarnation cycle of life. So obviously there's some pretty major differences between these two religions. Christianity has a God, an all-knowing, all-powerful being who made and controls everything. Buddhism has gods, but it focuses more on the self, less about worship. Christian teachings focus on doing things for the love of God, whereas Buddhist teachings focus more on doing things to gain wisdom and deeper understanding. But you have to admit, there's a lot of similarities. Both religions are based on the teachings of a single person. Both of those people were rebels in their ways. Both take an existing set of beliefs, Judaism for Christianity, Hinduism for Buddhism, and add what is essentially an escape route, i.e. heaven, nirvana. They both traveled to teach people, the poorest people, mind you, how to reach these once impossible places. And they're both iconic figures that essentially are the source of their respective religions. Even ancient religions have eerie similarities, even though they would have never have talked to each other. Mesoamerican religions, the most major of these being the Olmec, the Aztec, and the Mayan. Despite us grouping them up, they all have their own unique differences, and there's even more religions in this time and area that I'm not even gonna get to talk about. Mesoamerican religions had a huge emphasis on the sky and natural world. Their gods were represented by heavenly bodies and natural phenomena. They have famous iconography of dragons and anthropomorphic gods, as well as wicked astronomy skills and crazy accurate timekeeping systems. They believe spirits could inhabit animals, plants, even the weather. Most, not all, had a deep respect for nature. Now let's talk about a different sort of group of religions. Chinese folk religion. China is interesting because its religious beliefs are tied to its complex and frankly unique history. If you've never studied the history of China or know anything about it, I definitely recommend checking out this channel. She makes great videos covering Chinese history. Chinese mythology contains many types of deities and spirits, but also has a heavy focus in ancestral worship. It contains an array of stories that focuses on the concept of the universe being driven by yin and yang. Yin and yang being the dualistic forces that essentially make up everything. They have dragon and animal iconography and led to the creation of iconic inventions like paper and printing. Again, there's quite a lot of differences, right? Mesoamerica has a lot more anthropomorphic gods, and Chinese folk religion focuses more on ancestor worship. Mesoamerican religious art had a much more complex and geometric style, whereas most art from ancient Chinese religions were pretty simple and clean. Despite those differences, the base of these groups of religions are essentially the same. Both have deities that are derived from imagery of the natural world and heavenly bodies like the sun and moon. Both contain a diverse range of beliefs that focus on the natural world. Both have badass dragon imagery and mythical stories that teach you a moral lesson. And these are just like the more obvious ones to me. You could even draw these same comparisons with ancient Egyptian religions. And there's so many more religions that deserve their own video that I will never be able to make. But I'm hoping about talking about different religions, showing you that there is indeed similarities, that this might help people become more open-minded to religions other than their own. That instead of hating someone for their differences, we can celebrate those differences because it is what makes us truly unique. Religion has been used as a tool throughout human histories by people in power to commit atrocities beyond human nature. It has been the driving force for countless wars and who knows how many millions of deaths. It has been used as a tool to control the masses and manipulate the poor and uneducated. It has been used to indoctrinate kids and teach them obedience through fear. Many of those who preach or hold religious office don't have pure intents and take advantage of their positions. Not you, Pope Leo, I know you got me. And many political leaders who claim religion do so for power, not for belief. Many people use religion as a scapegoat to excuse their behavior and even justifying themselves in attacking others. Or as a shield to say they're a good person just because they're religious. So this integral part of our human existence has been tainted and twisted by those who crave power for centuries. Maybe that's why we all hate each other. It's still crazy to me, okay? Like, come on. Sure, the differences are visible, but I swear the source is the same. And I don't know if that's like a controversial thing to say. It's crazy to me. These religions that are so similar can hate each other so much. And the thing is, for me, I like the differences. So awesome that we can interpret things in so many different ways. How we can come up with unique practices and imagery, but like it's still all connected somehow. It's so fun and exciting to me and makes me feel so connected to people in a way that I never have before. Even humans from thousands of years ago are the same as me, as you. It's fucking awesome. All of that, just to explain my current religious beliefs, which are complicated. My base is Christian, I guess, but that's really just to say that I believe in a source, a creator, a God, whatever word you want to use. I believe in a single source, and I also follow the teachings of Jesus Christ. But I also believe in Buddhism, in reincarnation, in karma. I also believe in spirits and different planes and dimensions, because what is heaven and hell if not a different plane or dimension? But I also believe in the natural world, in astronomy. I mean, the sun is literally the reason we're alive. We could not be alive without the sun. And the same can be said for every single planet in our solar system. I'm getting way too excited, but you know, for me, that is really the beauty of religion. It is unique to each person, but it's also shaped our societies throughout history. Once I kind of came to the realization that I didn't have to believe in just one, like I could believe in multiple, I sort of created my own. And I know there is like a idea that I'm kind of talking about. I forget, I'm not gonna Google its name, but if I do when I'm editing, here is what it's called. But basically the idea is that all religions are the same and they all came from a single source. I feel like it's a little more different than what I'm trying to say, but it's pretty close. For me, I use something I refer to as my spirit numbers or my spirit guides. They're my morals, they're my pillars of belief, and they represent ideas I wish to embody and uphold. I'm an artist, you know? So I just had to make visual versions of these guides. I created characters based on different iconography from different religions. I embody whatever idea that number represents to me. I've already introduced this concept to my channel in my capstone video, which you can watch here, because I tried tackling this concept in college. And as you can tell by the length of this video, this concept is kind of hard for me to explain. So I don't think I really quite got my point across to my audience, at least the in real life audience I had for my capstone. By the way, capstone is just my senior project basically for college. I was still kind of confused myself what I was trying to say. Like I said, it's hard for me to explain this, but lately I've really narrowed down exactly what my spirit numbers are and what they represent, and I really just want to share them with the world now. But that's kind of why I needed to make this video first, to explain my ideas about religion and give you context for where I stand religiously and my own religious experience. And if you couldn't tell by my rising excitement level throughout this video, I just really love talking about religion, spirits, mythology. I could just yap about it all day long. Anyways. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say and that I didn't offend anyone. I know this is a pretty sensitive subject and everybody has their opinions about this. I meant nothing but love and respect to every religion, from those I mentioned to those I didn't. I also didn't mean any disrespect to any religions by comparing them. No religion is better or more right than the other. I hope this video also gives you some insight into how I view religion and its importance in my life. Shout out if I talked about your religion in today's video. If I didn't mention your religion at all, I am sorry. Just know I wish I could just sit here and yap about every single religion that's ever existed ever, but I do not have the capacity to make a 4-hour plus long video or the storage space. Leave me a comment telling me about what you believe and if you'd like more videos where I just sit and yap about things I'm obsessed with. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!